What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back live once again, and today I'd like to show you some new varieties that I discovered in my collection, as well as a new Morgan silver dollar that I purchased. Now, first off, I'd just like to say that in order to see the varieties, you really need to be up close, and so therefore I'm using my USB microscope that I picked up recently, and this thing's absolutely fantastic. And normally I'd use a loop in front of the camera, but that really didn't get as close up and didn't really show the varieties as well as I would have liked, so I decided to do it this way. Now, this is on my computer, so it's not really going to look obviously off camera, or off screen I should say. So it's not really going to look that great, but it's the best I can do because I don't have any screen capture software. So let's show you the first coin that I picked up. Now this is, if you're going to be able to see it, no. So this is a 1887 P, from what seems to be like it's BU, Morgan silver dollar, and I'll show you the date. Focus this. Now, I actually saw this on an eBay listing and immediately saw what looked to be like a die crack that went along the outsides of both the obverse and reverse. You can see it right here on the bottom of the date. And it actually has, let's see, you can see my mouse, yeah. It actually has a little break right there on the bottom of the 8, but you can see it goes all the way around the bottom half of the obverse here and stops around there, then going to the other side. Now I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that because, like I said, this is off screen, but you should be able to see the die break. The lighting on this microscope isn't the best, especially for coins. It's just a bunch of LEDs. So, but you can clearly see that there's a crack that goes along the outside. Now flip it over to the reverse, and you have a couple other things going on. Now, this crack actually goes around almost the entire coin here, most notably across the top of states and across the eagle's wing here, and just, it was really cool. Obviously the pictures on the eBay listing were a lot better than what I'm trying to show you here, but and it goes along the $1 and $1. And one other thing on the reverse, you can see that there's actually a die clash right there. Let's see if I can point this out and see a die clash right. It goes along right there. So I saw this and I thought it was really cool. I ended up paying $40 for it, which I believe is the going rate for a common date, sort of a low the scale BU Morgan. And as far as at least as far as my research can tell, that this is a VAM 13, 1887P, and I'm not exactly sure whether it's a 13A or not. There's supposed to be a clashed UST on the obverse, which I don't actually see. It's supposed to be like right here. So I don't actually see it, so I'm not exactly sure whether this is actually a 13A or not. But I'm pretty certain that this is a 13, and it's really cool. I actually got it, and obviously the listing didn't really, the guy who was selling it didn't realize that that was actually a crack. So that's really cool. So that's basically what I picked up. Now the rest of these coins were actually from my collection that I looked at and discovered some cool things. So this is it's in a flip. This is a 1923 D Peace dollar, and from my research, this is actually a VAM 1X, and you can see the die. This is a die break, kind of a die break, sort of a half die break, half die crack. to the left of in God We Trust. And it goes all the way up, past the L, and really starts to die. Really did break up on top here on the obverse, and it terminates on top over here. So this is really cool. I actually found this in my collection, believe it or not. And according to VamWorld, this is supposedly like an R5 or an R6. So, although I don't actually believe that, but anyway. So it's not like, oh wow, this this is $100, but still pretty cool nonetheless. It was a cool find. So this next one, which I have in flips and they're just labeled. This is this is what I think has a couple of die cracks. I'm not exactly sure. So this has kind of looks like a crack on the top of states there. I don't know if you can see it in between the A and the T on the top there. It looks like a crack. And then on the bottom, there's a little crack right there across the top of the E, going from. Let's see if I can focus that better. There we go. Going from down, it looks like it's right there, and then it goes up, and seems to terminate right about here. And it has another crack that goes along the 2 here, right over here, and goes along the bottom of Lady Liberty's neck, and seems to terminate right there. So. Found that in my collection. That was pretty cool. So I don't really believe that that's actually a Vam variety. Actually, none of these, with the exception of one, which I guess I'll show you now, is not a Vam variety. This one actually is, but this one's really cool. This is according to my research, you really see it on the 2 there. The last 2 in 1922. This is a 1922P. According to my research, this is a VAM2 with machine doubling, and has a double date as well as a double bust. You can really see it there in the 2. And let's see, and you can really see it on the bust here. You can see how this is doubled. Now this isn't actually a double die. This is actually machine doubled. As far as I understand, this is actually struck twice, which produces the doubled image here. And you can really see it on the nose. This is sort of like a doubled image there. And so apparently this is quite common with peace dollars. So I found this, though, it was pretty cool, and decided to set it aside from the rest of my other, normally circulated peace dollars that I keep for bullion. So that's that. Next, try to go through this pretty quickly. Try to get this back in this flip. There we go. Next is we have 2 more. The rest, these 2 are Morgans. So this is a 1921P. This has a die crack on the top. It seems like die cracks around the letter or the word states. It's actually quite common. You can see it right there. So that was pretty cool. You got some little cracks that go around the outside here. So anyway, if you're into collecting varieties, if you're into studying coins, studying different, like I said, different die varieties and that sort of thing, you really need to get one of these microscopes. I paid $40 for it on Amazon, and I would, in my personal opinion, it's better than a loop. And I know some would argue with me because of the lighting, obviously, but loops are really inexpensive, and you can use both. If you're unsure of something that you're looking through in the loop, since it's only 10 times magnification, you can just turn on your microscope and look at it. And I believe this goes all the way up to 150 times, but that's way too much for a coin. Anyway, so this is the last one. This is a 1921D, and this also has a die crack on the reverse at 12 o'clock, almost exactly the same. Now again, this could be quite common, and I could just, be making something out of nothing here, but I like collecting these, seeing die cracks and breaks, and um, although this is actually a crack, but so it seems like it's almost in the same exact place as the other Morgans. But anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to subscribe to support the channel, like this video, leave me a comment, tell me what you think about these cool varieties, cracks, breaks, etc., and machine doubling. And we will see you all next time. Take care, everybody.